Hello, folks. My name is Detroit Miracle. Yep, and I recently watched a video starring Reggie White Jr. on Bomb First, where he gave an accounting of Sylvester Stallone acting racist. I am here to give my take on that. He called Sylvester Stallone a flat out racist. He referred to him as Rocky. He was like, forget Rocky, he a racist. And then he went into the tale of what made him come to that realization. Look, I don't know it to be true or not, and I usually don't pass on secondhand information or be that secondhand to pass on things that I heard, but this is a much serious matter. Yeah. Okay. So Reggie White Jr. said him and Miss Chalet went house hunting because Suge Knight wanted to move into a new mansion estate with Miss Chalet since they were married. And he said that Miss Chalet was riding in a limo and he followed behind her driving something, and they went to an exclusive gated community somewhere near Beverly Hills. It was in that general area. And he said they went to look at one particular house that caught their fancy, and this home cost around $14 million. Okay, so he said that they liked that house, they wanted that house. Miss Chalet approved of the house. At this same time, Suge Knight was in prison. It was around 1998 or 1999. So they loved the house and they wanted to move into it. And Suge Knight agreed on the purchase price of $14 million. Wow. Yeah, Suge had a lot of money back then. So Reggie said when all the things were getting in motion and all the wheels were turning, next door neighbor from hell bought that house, and he even paid an extra $1 million because he didn't want black people moving in next door to him. He said it sort of like that yeah, and he said this next door neighbor that purchased that house was Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. So he gave a clear accounting of it, and he said Rocky is a racist and all that. So after the home was purchased by Sylvester Stallone, apparently Reggie White Jr. told Suge Knight what happened. He said Sylvester Stallone, of course, beat him to the punch and purchased the home. But in all actuality, Sylvester Stallone purchased the house while they were also buying the house because the paperwork was running. And he said Sylvester Stallone came in quick with a high offer, a high bid. So they decided to go with him at the last minute, which is dirty pool or bad business because that is not something honorable and decent that you would do. If you are a realtor or mortgage company and you promise the home to one person or a family, and then at the last minute you change your mind and sell it to somebody else, that's bad business. So Reggie White told Suge Knight what happened. He said Suge at first didn't believe him. He was like, Reggie, you lying, and all that. I would understand why he would think that way because Sylvester Stallone is admired by many people, including black people. Hey, I'm from the 70s and 80s, 90s, all that, and I could name a countless many number of films I've seen and appreciated starring Sylvester Stallone. Yet, like many other black people, there's not too many people or black people that would say anything bad about Sylvester Stallone. So a lot of black people, amongst other people, supported Sly Stallone. and appreciated Sly Stallone. So, that would be like a crushing blow to find out that, oh, this guy is racist too. And I thought Rocky was cool. I thought Sylvester Stallone was cool. It would be a shocking blow, but it's not surprising because like people certain white people do have racist tendencies even if they're not completely racist. It's just something inherent in people. It's how they were raised. That don't necessarily make those such people the worst type of people, but they would still have certain tendencies that would be racist. And yeah, in all fairness, not all white people or white persons. And in truth, Sylvester Stallone isn't really white. He's an Italian person. So his descendants are from Italy or Sicily, and they migrated up here just the same as many others did. That whole story, when I heard it, it sort of threw me for a loop. Then when, much like with Hulk Hogan, I grew up admiring Hulk Hogan, watching all of his fights, his championship matches, and then he was on tape secretly heard calling black people niggers and saying that his daughter was gonna date a nigger or something, and he was a poor nigger. At least he said that he would at least appreciate his daughter more for marrying or dating a rich nigga. Now she wasn't marrying a black person, she was dating one, because that seems to be, or it was the big thing at the time for white women or white girls to be involved with black men in the hip hop industry. It seemed to be a trend. And Hulk Hogan's daughter seemed like a down to earth, nice, friendly type of girl. And they said she's even a nudist that likes walking around butt naked. So that's probably what hurt Hulk Hogan the most. He figured she'd be walking around butt naked, like with everything hanging out in front of some black horny dude. But that is another story, people. The subject was the stuff that went down involving Sylvester Stallone. Look, I want to hear Sylvester Stallone come out and give a statement towards what Reggie White Jr. said. If he doesn't make a statement and outright call Reggie White Jr. a liar or say, hey, he's slandering me, he's lying, I never did anything like that, I'm not racist. Apparently, if that's something that a person would do and spend that type of money just to keep a black family from moving in next door, then it's an outward racist thing. Because who spends that type of money unless they're racist, unless it was a black person rather than Sylvester Stallone staying next door? I want to hear a statement. I want to hear Sly or Sylvester give his take on it or give his side of the story. I don't feel that Reggie White Jr. would lie about something like that because it's slander. And if he outwardly lied and slandered Sylvester Stallone, then he could get sued. Yeah, folks, us black people have spent collectively tens of millions of dollars supporting Sylvester Stallone for years. We went out and purchased tickets for his films. We bought movies on DVD, Blu-ray, and videotapes, all that. So people do not want to feel like they've been had after supporting somebody that they looked at as an idol. Well, that is my take on the thing. And what is yours? Well, folks, I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and subscriptions to my channel, Detroit Miracle. Yeah, folks. And peace out. I'ma stay cool and hip. Oh yeah.